Today, I want to show you a new option within Gemini in Google Sheets. So this is just a blank spreadsheet. And if you click on the little Gemini icon here, and then it'll expand the little side menu or little side, I don't know, window here with Gemini, right? And then if you come down to the bottom here, this little tools section here, the only option here used to be create images. And now there are a couple other things in here. And what we're going to talk about today is build, right? So you can come down here and uncheck that so you can see it. This is what it'll look like when you first come in, right? And you click on this and then you go to build and then you click on it and then it'll have it listed here. Right, so you can just come in here and then you select build and then you can pretty much tie it to other things that you have. So if you have things in Drive, if you have things in your Gmail, in your chat, etc., you can link those down here and then you can have Gemini build you something. So what I did, I didn't actually tie it to anything. I just selected build and then I clicked on view all suggestions, and then I just wanted to see what it would actually offer to do. And I picked the quarterly business review. And let me switch over because I already did this. Okay, so this is the spreadsheet that I actually did. And again, I started with a blank spreadsheet and I clicked on build and then I selected the quarterly business review. Again, I didn't link it to any data. Like this data isn't real. This isn't tied to our business or anything. Like I don't know where it actually got this. I'm assuming it just made it up. But what it did was it gave me two sheets, and this one here is data. Let me get rid of Gemini. This one was data, and again, it wasn't much information at all. And then it gave me a quarterly business review dashboard. And again, this isn't really spectacular, but it's something, right? I think it's a nice demonstration of what could be done. Like I didn't put in a prompt, I just selected build and chose like the QBR. So if you think of the possibilities of this, it's like if you actually have real data, and maybe you started with a populated like data tab here, and then you went in Gemini and you're like, okay, from this actually build me a dashboard and put in bar charts and whatever it is. You can start with real data and then work with Gemini to actually build something out. Or maybe you start with the visual and you need this, like whatever it is. You can go in here and whatever you have, including if you have nothing, you can use the build option in Gemini now and then just select this under tools and then give it some kind of prompt with, I want these things. And if you don't really know what you want, you can just go under the view suggestions and it has a bunch of things in here. So it's like, create a dashboard with high level metrics and trend visualizations, create an executive summary tab, create a dashboard based on hidden data patterns, it's etc. Like you can read through the different options that you have, but this is a completely new tool that didn't exist within Sheets before. And you probably could have prompted for these things. Like if you actually wanted to, remove duplicate rows, you could go in here and ask Gemini and put in remove duplicate rows. Maybe you didn't even think that you could do that. So it's like a lot of this is what I've heard from people is they really like the idea of having, Gemini within Sheets, but they're like, what would I do with it? And it's like the digital version of like blank page syndrome. And I think this can help get rid of that within Sheets. It's like you can do a ton of stuff within like most spreadsheet applications. This is no exception. And then you add Gemini where you can do a bunch of other stuff. And it's like, what do I even do? It's like now you can come in here and select this and it has a bunch of different things that probably like taken from data from what other people have used Sheets and Gemini to do and whatever, but you can come in here and you can build something either from your data or from nothing, and then get something like this and get some kind of visuals and just kind of go back and forth. But this is definitely a new tool that's within here. And again, you can tie it to your own sources, or you can have it go out to the web. You have a bunch of different options in here. But again, just going back to how you can use this, let me uncheck everything. It's like if you just come into a blank sheet and then you click on the little Ask Gemini over here, it'll bring up this window. And then from down here, you can click on the little icon on the left and you can select your sources, and then you can click on the tools menu here and you can select build, and it says right here, create and edit sheets, and it will create something based off of what you ask it for. So you can put in a prompt and say whatever you want, or you can select one of these suggestions and then work with Gemini to create, maybe you want a 12-month cash flow forecast, whatever visual you want, whatever, whatever you want in there, you can just use your data and use Gemini, and then have Gemini kind of fill in the gaps of what you don't know or what you can't do yourself. So definitely take a look at that if you use Sheets, because it's pretty powerful and it was definitely not there before. So there is a new build tool within Gemini within Google Sheets. If that's interesting to you, come in here and check it out, and we will see you next time.